Good morning, student. Once again, we are with a new lecture video of chapter Surface Chemistry. In previous video, we discussed about the methods of preparations of colloidal solution, in which we discussed about the electrical disintegration method or Bredig arc method. Second one is the chemical methods of preparation of colloidal solution. In third, we discuss about the peptidization. All these three methods of preparation of colloids are very important for all of you. So please, all of you remember all these things. Okay. Now, once again, we try to understand the methods involved in the purification of colloidal solution. Actually, how does colloidal solutions are purified? It is very important. So in this series, we discuss about the method which are mainly used in the purification of colloidal solution is dialysis. Dialysis is very familiar with us. In the case of kidney, we suggest dialysis to remove the impurities present in the blood of the patient suffering from failure of the kidney. So in this case, we use the process of dialysis. In all of you know that blood is a colloidal solution, and when impurities are present in the forms of electrolytes or ions, they are separated by using the process of dialysis. So dialysis is a process of removing dissolved substance from colloidal solution by the means of diffusion through a suitable membrane. That means all of you try to understand it is a process of removing dissolved substance present in the colloidal solution by the means of diffusion. Diffusion is a process of flow of substance from higher concentrations to lower concentrations using a suitable membrane. For example, here we all of you try to understand with the help of example. It is a special design vessels in which from the lower side we passes fresh water, and from the upper portion there is an outlet from which water and electrolytes are removed out. Actually, this is the colloidal solution which are kept in a container, which outermost layering is dialyzing membrane. So because of the high concentrations of the ions in this, these ions removed out in the running water, fresh water, and they removed in this way from the outlet of the vessels. So by using this technique, mainly the impurities present in the colloidal solutions are removed out. Actually, in details, in this process, a bag of suitable membrane containing colloidal solution is suspended in a vessels through which fresh water is continuously flowing. From the lower part of the vessels we supply fresh water, then the molecules and ions diffuse out through the bag or membrane into the outer water, and pure colloidal solution left inside the dialyzing membrane. Colloidal particles are left inside the dialyzing membrane, and the molecules and ions are removed out, and which are passes through the outlet of the vessels. So we can purify the colloidal solution by the process of dialysis. Dialysis process is based on diffusion. Flow of impurities or crystalloids takes place from higher concentrations to lower concentrations. So they came into the fresh water, and then they easily removed out. These techniques are used in the purification of blood in the case of failure of kidney. Same techniques are used, and dialysis process is quite slow. So to make the faster, we applied electric field here, and we put positive electrodes and negative electrodes, and then it becomes faster. Under the electric field, ions are present in the colloidal solution, they are easily or fastly move out, and they goes to the opposite terminals, and we removed out dissolved ions in the collateral solution in very fast manner, and that process is known as electrodialysis. Electrodialysis is faster than that of the normal electrolysis process. So it is very important process of the removal of dissolved impurities present in a collateral solution. So dialysis is very important. From the previous year questions bank, we can say that several time question based on dialysis are asked in the examinations. So please all of you always remember. And then dialysis can be made faster by applying the electric field if dissolved substance in the impure collateral solutions only an electrolyte. If only electrolytes are present as impurities in the collateral solution, then we use electrodialysis technique, and it is faster than that of the colloidal, than that of the dialysis. Understand? Once again, what happens during the dialysis process? In this process, a bag of suitable membrane, all of you seen, containing the collateral solution is suspended in a vessel through which fresh water is continuously flowing. The molecules and the ions diffuse out from the dialysing membrane and mix into the fresh water, and then they goes out membrane and into the outer water, and pure crystal solution is left behind. This process is known as dialysis, and when dialysis process is carried out by applying the electric field, then it is said to be electrodialysis, and electrodialysis is faster than that of the normal dialysis process. Hoping that all of you understand. Now student, try to understand about the electrodialysis. When dialysis process is carried out, when dialysis process is carried out in the under the electric field, then it is said to be electrodialysis. Electrodialysis. Note, electrodialysis is faster than dialysis. It is faster. In this process, same process as discussed in the dialysis process, but we create the electrical field by placing anode and cathode, and then this process is said to be electrodialysis. In this process, slight changes are done. In this case, anode and cathodes are present to create the electric field. So all of you try to understand, and these methods are mainly used to remove electrolytes present in the collateral solution. If electrolytes are present, then we suggest electrodialysis process for the removal of impurities present in the collateral solution. Hoping that all of you understand, and another process I will discuss later on. Now student, we discuss about the another methods involves in the filtration of colloidal solution, which is ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration is a process is done by the passing colloidal solution through a special prepared filters called ultrafiltration. Actually, in this process we used a specially designed filter. Actually, the pore diameter of filter is bigger. So when the ordinary filters are used, then colloidal solution also passes through the impurities. Colloidal solutions and impurities passes simultaneously through the normal filter paper. So the diameter of filter papers are minimized by the applications of collodion. Collodion is a mixture of 4% nitrocellulose and alcohol and ether. This helps to restrict the size of the filter paper. So this helps to pass out only the impurities and the colloidal solutions are left behind. So these techniques are mainly used to purify the colloidal solution. So it is very important for you. In some time question asked in the examination, what is ultrafiltration, what is collodion, 1 mark question. So please all of you remember all these things, which is very important for you, and hoping that all of you understand in very well manner. In next video we discuss about the properties of colloidal solution. Understand? Now we discuss about the properties of colloidal solutions. I think that already all of you these things are studied in the previous classes, class 9th. Number 1 properties, colloidal solution shows Brownian movement. Brownian movement. This is the important properties of colloidal solutions. Brownian movement is the important properties of colloidal solution. The zigzag movement of particles of colloid is known as Brownian movement. Actually, colloidal solutions consist either positively charged colloids or negatively charged colloids. So colloidal solutions are of two types, positive sol or negative sol. That is why, because of the presence of like charges, they are always in the collisions, and they are always in the random motion. Understand? So they forms zigzag movement, and that zigzag movement is known as Brownian movement. So it is very important property of the colloidal solution. Number 2 is the Tyndall effect. Already this property discussed in the Tyndall effect. It is the optical property. It is the mechanical property, is the optical property. Tyndall effect is a phenomenon by which when we passes light through a colloidal solution, they get scattered. This effect is known as Tyndall effect. The scattering of light by a colloidal solution is known as Tyndall effect. When a beam of light passes through a colloidal solution, then they get scattered. It is known as Tyndall effect. Next property we discuss about the electrophoresis. Third property is colloidal solution shows electrophoresis. This is the property of colloidal solutions by which they moves under the electrical field. Already all of you know that colloidal sources are either positively charged or negatively charged. So they moves under the electric field, and the movement of particles of colloid under the electric field is known as electrophoresis. And when the movement of particles of colloid takes place only towards the cathode, then it is said to be cataphoresis. So please all of you know that cataphoresis, the movement of particles towards cathode, is known as cataphoresis. Next, particles of colloid never undergo the process of settling, but when electrolytes are added, then it start to settling down, and settling down properties is known as coagulation property. So colloidal solution possesses coagulation properties. Number 4, coagulation properties. The settling down of particles of colloid by adding an electrolyte is known as coagulation. And then we discuss about the another topic, which is Hardy-Sulz law. These are the main 4 important properties of colloidal solution. Next one is the Hardy-Sulz law. This law stated that greater the valence of coagulating ions, higher will be the power of coagulation. Several times asked in the board examinations, greater the power of or greater the valence of coagulating ions, greater is the power of coagulations. So for negative sol, the power of coagulation is Al plus 3, then Ca plus 2, then Na plus. For positive soul, power of coagulation follow in this manner. Higher the valency, greater will be the power of coagulation. Higher the valence or greater the valence of coagulating ions or flocculating ions, higher will be the coagulation power. This is known as Hardy-Sulz law. This is the important topic of this chapter. So it is very, very important. Hardy-Sulz law, several times asked. Once again, greater the valence of coagulating ions, higher will be the power of coagulation. This is known as Hardy-Sulz law. Very, very important concept of this chapter. I am hoping that all of you understand. So please revise all these topics several times and makes proper notes for the proper revision, for the good results. Thank you.